Hello and welcome to this setup tutorial for the board game Pacific Rails Inc. If you'd also like to know how to play this game, I have a separate video for that. First, let's get it ready to go. I'll be setting it up for 3 players. Start by taking out the game board and place it in the middle of all players. Then let's put some tokens on it. There are these top hat tokens. They go on each of these point spaces here. Make sure every space is covered. You've also got these cowboy hats. Officially they go next to the board game, but I like to place them here to save some space on the table. Same goes for these long tokens. You're supposed to place them near the board, but I like to put them here on the track to save some space on the table. But for these, you first have to check which ones to use based on how many players there are. I'm setting it up for 3 people, so I leave out all these tokens that show 4 players on the back. They can go back in the box. The rest of them I place here. Separate them in ones with number 1 on them, the number 2, and the number 3. Finally, we're going to fill up these 4 empty spaces in the middle. Take out these tokens. Shuffle them. And then place 1 faced up on each of these spaces. These show you what you get bonus points for at the end of the game. The rest of the tokens can go back in the box. And now come all the other tokens that you place on the table around the main board. There are wood tokens, gunpowder tokens, tokens for metal, and money. You also find loads of train track tokens in the box. They're quite easy to distinguish, so you can make one big unsorted pile close to the board. The last tokens are these with people on them. Just like before, with these tokens you first have to take out some if you're playing with less than 4 people. I take out these ones that show the 4-player icon because I'm setting up for 3. After that, sort them by person. You have 4 different people. Make a separate stack for each person. Time for everything for the players. Each player takes out this locomotive sheet and places it in front of them. There are also these 3 carriage sheets, number 1, number 2, and number 3. You won't need them just now. I tuck mine under the locomotive. You can already take 1 of each resource, 1 wood, 1 gunpowder, 1 metal, and 1 money. The tokens go on top of your own train. Now everyone picks a color and take everything in that color. I'll be yellow. There's my yellow mini train. It goes on space 0 of the scoring track here. 2 bigger yellow trains. I'll use those in a moment. And my yellow workers. If you are playing with 2 people, you can use all 6 of them. If you are with 3 people, like me, you can only use 4 workers. And if you play this game with 4 people, you can keep 3 workers and return the rest to the box. More yellow items for me. I've got these telegraph tokens. They go on every space on the left of my own locomotive. And these yellow building tokens. They go on these spaces in the middle of my own locomotive. But there is one less token than there are spaces. That's because you get to choose which space will already be opened up. I'll choose to keep metal uncovered. Done! Finish the setup by picking a first player. That'll be me. Don't forget it because this game has no first player token. Now, every player gets to set up some of their trains on each side of the map. Since I'm first player, I get to go last, actually. And the last player goes first. You can choose on which side of the board you want to place it. Just make sure it's on one of the special spaces. Then, going counterclockwise, each player places their little train on one of those spaces. I go last and I choose to place mine on this side of the board and on this particular space. And finally, place your other train on the other side of the board. Now the first player goes first. I'll put mine here. Going clockwise, every player places theirs. Done! Time for my first turn in the game. If you'd like to know what to do, follow me to the tutorial. Thank you for watching this setup. Feel free to leave a comment and see you for the next one.